The less you see, the more you look at it, the more you in short, I don't even understand. Nigeria is such a special country. I mean, you can't sit down and say you want to talk about Nigeria. Like some people will say that if you are not Nigerian, somebody explain Nigeria to you and you understood what the person explained to you, then that means the person did not explain Nigeria very well to you. Remember a few days ago, Tinubu was announced by ThisDay as man of the year, and you are wondering, man of the kidney as in what? Anyway, the owner of ThisDay currently, this is what he said: court orders all Nigerian banks to blacklist Nduka Obaigbena from financial transactions over $718 million loan, a First Bank loan. First Bank is having its issues with Otedola. The shareholders are saying that Otedola should be removed because he gained because of allegation of corruption and all of that. Now you're saying one person, that's almost $1 billion loan. One person, you understand? And so it's affecting. So some people are now saying, so is that the reason why they gave Tinubu, the man of the year award because of whatever? But anyway, no be for my mouth and I go here say Tinubu no win 2023 election and riga. Let me come and read it as they said it. As I'm reading it though, that's how I'm carrying the mic. I'm coming to see you. I've not read it before. It is the headline I've seen. I've carried the mic. So let's go through it and read it together and analyze it together. Remember, we are in this together. It said at least $225 million had been frozen in bank accounts run by Obaigbena. His name, I don't know. I always find it difficult to pronounce his name. I don't know why. Obaigbena, as part of the order which was issued by Justice Dende Dipolu in suit FHCLCS 2378/2024. The Lagos Division of the Federal High Court has ordered all banks operating in Nigeria to blacklist media executive Nduka Obaigbena and members of his family over alleged debt to First Bank of Nigeria. Ooh, members of his family? That means everybody? So he didn't borrow. It wasn't a company. It was a personal this thing that he used. He has unlimited liability. This is what it means when they say unlimited liabilities. Everything. So sometimes when your company, companies there are companies that they have limited liabilities. Even if they have problem, they borrow money, they can't pay. It ends with the company. Where you have unlimited liabilities, like a partnership, sole distribution, sole trader, sole proprietorship and all of that, then including everything that you have that is related to you. So which is family. So maybe it's a family business anyways. The December 30th, 2024 Mareve order also sought to prevent Mr. Obaigbena from moving any assets linked to him from the jurisdiction of the Federal High Court. First Bank had filed a debt recovery suit against Mr. Obaigbena and his family members, including Efe Damilola Obaigbena and Olabisi Eka Obaigbena, saying they used their oil servicing firm, General Hydrocarbons Limited, to assume debt of about $718 million. So let's take a moment and understand let's even understand the dollars. So this is it. 2 years ago, the official rate of dollar was like 400 naira. You understand? At the time of Buhari was leaving office, he left office with dollars at about 400 or something official rate. So if you borrowed money you borrowed this thing that it's not even up to 1 billion, it's 700. Let's even assume it was 1 billion they borrowed. All they needed to have paid was 400 or something, maximum 500 billion naira. They would have paid off their 1 billion naira debt. Now dollar is about 1.5. if that is about 1.7, it goes maybe let's even say it's 1.5. That means it has done times 3. You understand? Times 3. So where you needed 500 billion to pay off your debt, now you will need 1.5 trillion. So people don't understand the way Tinubu has thrown people into poverty. When they are talking about Tinubu has thrown people into poverty with all the policies it's making, people are trying to make it. It's not about, oh, I could buy fish, I can no longer buy fish and meat alone. No. Businesses have gone into real craziness. For me, I did importation between, was it 2010 and 2014? By 2014, I stopped. I was like, in my life, never ever. Because that was the time when Buhari also came. Dollars had gone up. I was owing my producer. Dollar was around, was it? We're buying dollar one something, right? Yeah, we're buying dollar one something and all of that. And then by the time Buhari came, dollar had gone to as much as 700, which was like times whatever. It was unbelievable. It took me a lot. By the time I think I finished paying that debt, was it like 2017 or something like that? Had to sell a plot of land and everything. In short, long story short, this is how people just jump into poverty. You just see yourself what you had before, because what you could pay with 1 naira, now you are needing 3 naira to pay. So this particular loan now, if it's still in dollars, whatever he's doing is still in dollars. Well, good, it's easier to pay. But imagine that you've bought the things and they are now in naira, and naira has collapsed in your hands now. For you to pay that part, even if it's one, you need 1.5 trillion. We are not talking trillion, no longer 500 billion that you use. How many people can survive that? You understand? Most Nigerian, the Nigerian, how do I put it now? The Nigerian elite are very selfish, have been very selfish, but Tinubu has come to deal with it. Everybody is feeling it. Because even the rich are not crying over hunger. They felt they were okay. If you were earning, 3 years ago, if you were earning 2 million naira per month, 1 million naira, 1.5, you're a big person, you have clinical, you're enjoying yourself, you really didn't care about it. Now that 1 point something is not, it's just $1,000. Yes, it's just $1,000. Now everybody has been brought into this, and the economy has been destroyed. For the first time, the real economic dissent has been destroyed. Even the rich are crying. Everybody is feeling the impact of this whole thing. But when election come, they say the one that they will safeguard businesses and all of that. Some of them were like, oh no, they were okay with just having their private jets and whatever. Okay, now we are all in it. Everybody is feeling it. It's not just a few people that are feeling all of this thing. So you say at least $225 million, I think it's $1 million sign that is looking boom in my eye, had been frozen in bank accounts run by the Obaigenas as part of the order, which was issued by Justice Dipeolu in suit. They put the number. The judge also said all banks licensed to do business in Nigeria should immediately cease all financial transactions to the Obaigbenas and laundry of businesses linked to him. Mr. Obaigbena did not return a request seeking comments about the order on Thursday evening, but a source close to ThisDay and Arise TV boss, Obaigbena is the one that owns ThisDay, he's the one that also owns Arise TV, shared a letter from his lawyers with People's Gazette, which narrated how the issue began and why First Bank executives are at risk of contempt of court. In January 9, 2025, letter from their lawyers, Abiodun Layoni and co., the Obaigbenas argued that First Bank was trying to force them to take responsibility for up to $718 million in delinquent loans against Atlantic Energy. The lawyers warned First Bank of grave illegal implications for going to another law judge to obtain the Mareva order when a separate federal judge already had previous injunction prohibiting any action against the Obaigbenas over the dispute. The lawyer cited a December 12th, that's my birthday by the way, 2024 judgment by Justice Lewis Alago of the Lagos Division of the Federal High Court, which unequivocally and emphatically restrained First Bank from taking any steps whatsoever to enforce any security receivables, instruments, financial documents, or assets of our clients pending the hearing and determination of the ongoing arbitration proceeding between our clients and the FBN. You see, this is where Nigerian courts are also a problem of this thing. So these ones are saying that there's already a judgment, that First Bank went to another place to now go and get another judgment. So you now be finding injunctions will be flying up and down. Our judiciary is also our biggest problem, because if you don't have rule of law, businesses cannot thrive. You're going into contract with someone knowing fully well that they can decide not to do it and nothing will be done about them, or they can go to court and go and get injunction or judgments or whatever. It doesn't give that room where people will feel safe enough to invest in such a country where such things can happen. But hey, this is Nigeria. When we talk about this judiciary, and like Dele Farotimi had written about the criminal justice system in Nigeria. The firm said First Bank knew of the judgment before approaching another judge for an ex parte order without disclosing the prior judgment, which they suggested was unethical and illegal. A spokesperson for First Bank chairman, Femi Otedola, did not immediately return a request seeking comments from the Gazette about whether or not they have received the letter from lawyers to the Obaigbenas. In a separate petition to CBN Governor Yemi Cardoso last year, Mr. Obagbena said he helped save First Bank from imminent collapse in 2021 when he used the resources from OML, 120 oil block he secured under President Muhammadu Buhari to elevate the company's fortunes from declaring 161 billion loss to announcing 151 billion in profits for the year ended December 31st, 2021. So this is how they are using our head. I remember that lawmaker that said the economy will do like this, like this, like this. That's what they are using us to do, like this, like this. We are just here like pawns in their game of chess. We have been left with no choice but to go to court and arbitration to preserve our fundamental rights and our rights under the agreement and face of first FBN's attempt to clobber and bully us out of existence, Mr. Obagbena said in November 7, 2024. Is that a complaint? Well, here we are. Nigeria is just there, hopelessly hopeless. People are just using our heads to do pimp or people. We are just here existing while they are living out.